Hello and welcome back to another video on the rest of the way and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. It's a big show today. We're getting closer and closer to NXT deadline, and the show, we're starting to build our storylines for that now. As we get ever closer, and we've got two big title matches on the card. We've got the tag titles and the North American title on the line. Let's kick off the show, and we kicked it off with the women's champion Mandy Rose, and said that she was able to beat Alba Fire last week all by herself. JC and Gigi said they were now focused on being the women's tag champions again, and called out Carter and Chance. The women's tag champs walked out and said that Mandy was lying, since either Dawn was there to help her get the win last week. The two teams argued before a brawl broke out. Toxic Attraction came out on top, leaving the champs jammed in the ring. It seems like we're getting this Toxic Attraction going for the titles again. I'm a bit surprised by that, to be honest. Thought maybe they'd go without it for a bit, but it's an interesting story, I suppose. The dynamic of the women's division with Toxic Attraction, I still find it quite interesting, so not a bad start to NXT. Before backstage, Tony D still blamed Wesley for his leg injury, and Lee told him to come find him after his title match tonight. Before Grayson Waller accused Duke Hudson of playing the part of a good Chase U student before he eventually turns on the leader. Hudson said he would never have that, and he bled black and red. We all know where this is going, but it's been a nice build-up so far. Before it's time for Cora Jade versus Wendy Chu. Chu got some big news early before Jade Cora on the race and unloading on her. Chu tried for the nap, but Jade dropped it before missing a stomp. After a break, Chu hit the nap drop and a handstand strike before getting a brain buster. Jade tried to hit her with a kendo stick, but Chu dodged it and got a kick. Jade tossed Wendy's drink cup and tossed it at her before getting a DDT for the victory. Cora Jade gets another win. She's looking really strong at the moment. Gets 6 out of 10 overall from me. I think we all knew where this was going. It's all just about building Cora Jade up, and they're still relatively new heel characters, so 6 out of 10. Javier Bernal was then backstage and gave us a list of people he hated, including Axiom, Elon Musk and Drake. Bit of a wise veteran there. But anyway, Duke Hudson got into a fight with Pretty Deadly backstage over gambling and somehow ended up in a tag team match later today before it's time for Ivy Nile versus Kiana James. James locked in a full Mason early on before Nile broke out but took a couple of backbreakers. James tried for a knee bar but Nile countered with a headlock. James then got a big Satan before Nile locked in the rings of Saturn. Kiana broke out before Nile got a Hurricane Rana and a gut wrench sheeplex. James was sent outside before trying to run away, but Henley showed up and sent her back into the ring when Nile locked in the hole before getting away. This gets 5 out of 10 from me. To be honest, I just feel like we've seen this before. Don't feel like this leading to much, to be honest. So gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Not good. Time and Mine were then in a short promo talking about taking down Indus Share at deadline. Ilya Dawn then cut a promo talking about her voices that brought her to Alba Fire, and it looks like that feud we're getting straight into that, which is good. Before it's time for Scripps versus Guru Raj. Scripps were one person, not a faction. He flipped away his mask. Guru Raj was barely able to keep up with Scripps with hit one flying maneuver before being taken down. After the match, Scripps left a calling card on Raj's chest before walking out. Very interesting. Kind of intrigued to see where this character goes, to be honest. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Good first time, I suppose, but I guess we'll have to see where it goes. Schism were out next, and they talked about Thanksgiving being a failed holiday thanks to shopping deals. Ava Rain then brought a guy from the audience while Gacy christened a new holiday in their name. Gacy thanked the stranger and gave him the centre seat at the table in the ring before standing and hitting a urinal on him, sacrificing him through a table. Nice, pleasant. This was a bit weird, but I guess it's kind of what we expect from characters like Joe Gacy, to be honest. Very interesting, but it is what it is. I guess it's just kind of like a holding pattern before he gets into a proper feud again. But anyway, Wesley was backstage and told Trick Williams to stay backstage during his match with Carmelo Hayes. Trick then refused, and Wesley insinuated that Melo was incapable of winning the title on his own, leaving Williams rather confused. Before it's time for Stark versus Ruka. Ruka got a big drop kick early on and followed by a super kick before Zoe replied with a super kick of her own and got a near fall. Ruka then got a sunset flip powerbomb on the ropes before picking Stark up and getting a powerbomb for a near fall. Ruka then hit a top rope dive, but Stark dodged it and hit a Shining Wizard knee strike before getting pinned. After the match, Lions attacked Stark and caused her to flee the ring. This gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Zoe Stark, another solid win for her in her new heel character, just kind of getting it over here, and I think that's exactly the job that he did. Before backstage, Von Wagner called Manic Blade and Anofi losers and beating them down. Before it's time for Pretty Deadly versus Chase Lee. Hudson and Chase were in control early, but Prince got a big drop kick after breaking out of a headlock and isolated Andre in the corner. The Chancellor hit a big double splash in for a near fall before Chase got a big counter. Chase was able to take down the Chancellor and tagged in Hudson for a double team move before tagging back in. Chase spared out Choshi while hitting kick, but after a break, Hudson drop Chase's one of the champs before getting a near fall. Hudson then tagged Chase back in, but then accidentally hammered a big boot. The champ then tossed Duke into the steel steps before getting the spilt milk on Andre for the victory. And Jed, I think this is kind of the ending we expected. Guess it would be interesting to see where it goes now. But yeah, this was solid enough. Did what it needs to do, 6 out of 10. Nikita Lyons then squashed their beef with the women's tag champs and offered to join them in their fight against Toxic Attraction. Before it's time for Wesley versus Carmelo Hayes. I think we'll see that as Deadline in this new weird match they created, by the way. But anyway, the match was outside early on with Melo in control, and he tossed Champ back into the ring before getting a massive kick to the head. Lee missed a drop kick before they took each other out with pump kicks. Another break on NXT, and Lee got the head scissors toss before getting another near fall. Lee then missed a top rope move before Trick Williams came out to support Hayes. Lee then hit a big dive to the outside on the trick, but the advantage allowed Melo to get the advantage. Lee came back and got the Phantom Driver before picking up the victory. And D-Jack, formerly known as T-Bar from the SmackDown, showed up in the ring after the match and wiped out Wesley as NXT went off the air. So Dominic Dijakovic, D-Jack, T-Bar, whatever you want to call him, is back on NXT. And it's been moving for a while, so no real surprise, but still great to see him back. Hopefully he has a better run than he did on the main roster. And really excited to see him there, to be honest, and not forgetting about the match as well. 7 out of 10, it's really great. Wesley's title run really getting into gear now. Carmelo Hayes, I really hope this is the start of a main roster push for him, but we will see. But yeah, this was good stuff. Overall, NXT this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a decent enough show this week. The last 2 matches were really entertaining. D-Jack showing up at the end. I'm really excited about that feud. Last few matches were good. Some other interesting bits throughout the show. Kind of intrigued to see where it all leads before Deadline, but we'll have to see, I suppose. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, bring thoughts, comment down below. Follow the show for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out, sir.